Hey everyone, me Kevin here. The election is coming down to the counting of ballots, with Biden in the lead by 20,000 in Wisconsin and 50,000 in Michigan. Both of these states crucial to a 270 electoral win. Trump is demanding a recount in Wisconsin. The stock market is skyrocketing, and Mitch McConnell has provided a good news stimulus update. The Senate is also bitterly up for grabs. We have also reached the second highest amount of COVID cases in one day, and we are over 1,100 deaths in just one day. First, we do not yet know if Republicans or Democrats will take control of the Senate. This means it's very likely that at least one of either the presidency or the Senate will fall Republican. And this is seen as a roadblock to a substantially larger stimulus package that we may have seen under a Democratic sweep, with Biden in control of the presidency and Democrats in control of the House and Senate. So far, not a single Republican incumbent in the Senate has lost their seat. These are the same Republicans who have been pushing for a smaller stimulus package or no stimulus package, and none of them have been replaced. The issue for stimulus here is that a Republican Senate with a Biden presidency would probably lead to the smallest possible stimulus package. This is especially since, with how badly Democrats performed in winning the House and the Senate seats that they tried to hold on to and get, Nancy Pelosi and Democrats have lost a lot of leverage. In fact, Democrats are thus far calling the election a dumpster fire. And think about it. If Mitch McConnell is voted leader of the Senate again, and he maintains his control, Republicans maintain control in the Senate, he's going to see that as a suggestion that the people of America want him to keep blocking Nancy Pelosi's larger, quote, liberal wish list. This election could embolden Mitch McConnell. But it's not just him. Think about all of the other Republicans who also kept their seats and who were not dethroned despite their interests in no stimulus package or even a $500 billion skinny package. None of them lost their seats. So this helps encourage and embolden their positions. However, Mitch McConnell did give us a positive stimulus update this morning. He said that we should pass another stimulus package before the end of the year. This is a big shift from what he mentioned just 1 week ago. Just 1 week ago, Mitch McConnell mentioned that we will not talk about a stimulus package until into 2021, pointing the finger around February or March for a stimulus package. However, now Mitch McConnell states that he's looking to pass a stimulus package before the end of the year. This would be in the lame duck. And he hopes that, quote, partisan differences are over because the election is over. Now, we are not yet sure if Republicans will maintain control of the Senate, but a Democratic sweep has certainly not been a slam dunk, despite what polls suggested. Mitch McConnell did not provide insight into what size of a package we should expect or what he might be supportive of. However, right now we know that the administration's position is a $1.9 trillion deal with $400 per week of unemployment pay, $300 million to state and local governments, liability protections, $1,200 stimulus checks to eligible recipients last time, so another round, $1,000 in stimulus checks to dependents in the Republican version. There are also recommendations to states and funding to states for COVID protections. Now, keep in mind, this $1.9 trillion administration proposal has not outright been accepted by Mitch McConnell, who is potentially now going to remain in power. However, Mitch McConnell has said that if the administration comes to a deal with Nancy Pelosi, that Mitch McConnell would be willing to hold a vote on it. Either way, housing relief is very important to help us avoid a V-shaped crash in the real estate market coming up in early 2021. I made an entire video breaking down this potential for a V-shaped real estate dip at the beginning of the year, which I encourage you to watch. I'll link that down below. Back to elections. Much of the election right now hinges on the difference between mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots tend to lean Democratic. In fact, around 60% of in-person votes ended up in Trump's favor. Hence, Trump's lead on election day in some states may have been what led Trump to lead or sort of declare victory last night, maybe even prematurely. I posted a video around 2 a.m. California time, which you can watch, where I break down exactly what he said and I show you the clips of what was said, and I also react to pre-market trading, which, remember, you can trade at like 2 a.m. and 1 a.m. in California time if you have Webull, which if you sign up for Webull and you deposit $100, they give you 3 free stocks worth up to $1,600. Link down below right next to the link for life insurance you can get in as little as 5 minutes. Now, I encourage you to watch this if you haven't watched it yet, but keep this in mind. Since Trump's speech, Biden has actually pulled ahead in Wisconsin and Michigan and has flipped Arizona. This is even leading people to say that you've got California Democrats moving to Arizona that helped Biden win Arizona. The classic California flight argument. But on Wisconsin, Bill Stepien, Trump's campaign manager, stated, quote, "Despite ridiculous public polling used as a voter suppression tactic, Wisconsin has been a razor-thin race as we've always known it would be. There have also been reports of irregularities in several Wisconsin counties which raised serious doubts about the validity of the results. The president is within the threshold to request a recount, and we will do so immediately." The phrase irregularities, by the way, is very important to pursue legal action in the state and then get that pushed up to the Supreme Court. So expect to hear this irregularity quote used much more often. So this means that right now, Trump is demanding a recount in Wisconsin. On the Supreme Court, thus far, Donald Trump says that Democrats are dumping ballots, and that's why all of a sudden there is a Biden lead, specifically in some of the most crucial states like Wisconsin and Michigan. Also, the Supreme Court chimed in last week and said that yes, Pennsylvania and North Carolina can accept mail-in ballots up to 3 days after the election. That means they're postmarked November 3rd and received by November 6th. The court has not ruled whether or not these ballots would be absolutely accepted, though. Instead, the court has said that these ballots should be segregated in the event of a dispute, suggesting that these ballots, based on this emergency ruling last week, might end up being invalidated. This also means we're likely to see a fight in the Supreme Court to rule whether these ballots will be valid or not, which could honestly take weeks. Expect one of the core discussions to be what constitutes a, quote, legally submitted ballot, time, method, and so on. On taxes, with a Republican Senate or presidency, we're unlikely to see tax hikes in corporate tax structures or really for any kind of tax hikes. Instead, we may actually see tax cuts extended and no tax changes for the next 4 years. McConnell, after all, won't allow any tax increases in the Senate, which the Senate could essentially block any form of a tax increase. On stocks, tech is up significantly due to a contested Senate as well. The odds that Republicans keep the Senate are way higher than we expected, and this is a huge block for those corporate tax increases, which is helping lead these stocks higher. Finally, on COVID, we have hit the second highest count of cases in one day, 92,660 cases. We also hit 1,130 deaths. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share if you found this video helpful, get your life insurance and your 3 free stocks, and folks, we'll see you next time.